Talk Radio. The show that brings 5 old friends and bandmates back together to keep up with each other, keep up with what's going on in the world, talk about things we like, and continue to spread the gospel of Christ as far as we can spread it. Cheerio, old mate. I'm chuffed to bits for the lot of you attending. Fancy a chinwag with the fellas of DK. Let's crack on then.
Nope. Hello.
Yeah, we got it on here. It's not in our ears.
Oh,
I got
interesting.
it. Yeah.
You got it?
Oh. Is my thing just turned down all the way?
I don't see nothing.
Yes.
It's still black.
Hello.
Oh, wait. Hang on. I get the
I turned this all down.
There we go. Let's turn this down.
Because I'm old.
Oh, there we go.
Turn my headphones up. Oh, there I am. Yeah.
We good?
Okay.
That's good.
Everybody good? We all here? Not a shot of Bienvenidos.
Yeah, we got to shake the...
Shaka Khan, here we are. So, really, before we even get started, I have an issue to address. Besides the 9-month absence.
Well, there's that.
I think we need to edit the intro.
Okay.
Because it says 5.
Oh,
Has anyone ever heard from Bo yet?
No, he doesn't.
I heard from him about 5 months ago.
Was it in a dream?
It might have been.
Probably in a dream.
Yeah. Did he ever even really exist?
I think he did. No, that's a good point. So we'll get that.
We'll edit that intro.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, you know what?
What?
I've got audio coming from the iPhone too.
Oh.
Holy macamole! All right.
So much audio.
Ashley said we're very echoey.
That should help, Ashley.
Yes.
Did that help, Ashley?
Are we echoey now?
I'm talking to you over the radio.
Oh.
Does it sound like I'm talking on old-time radio?
Hey, over there. He's talking on the radio.
That's really loud too.
Yeah, that's just how my voice is.
Yeah, he just carries.
It's just how it is.
Naturally speaking.
Ask my wife. She's always like, stop talking so loud.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Aaron's the same way.
I'm quite loud.
He's like, oh.
Welcome to DKTR ASMR, apparently.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into the scuba snacks.
Yeah, slowly.
It's not working. Load just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, we're children.
Did you fix it?
There we go. All right.
Yeah, Ashley said.
Oh, they're little.
Thanks,
They're little
Ashley.
bones.
You're the best.
Yeah, because they're Scooby Snacks, nerd.
I mean, it makes sense, but
So, who's had COVID since the last time we were together?
Me.
I think
Yeah.
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
I
It was
got it
only a
before
little
Christmas.
bit, though. Only a little COVID.
I had micro COVID. It's
I did too.
It's the new strain.
Micro-COVID.
No, for real. It was just like
Well, I'm opening this door.
sinus infection kind of stuff.
it is hot.
But that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what it felt
Turn
like.
the
to me,
fan on,
too.
dude.
Where?
Okay. So we are very well prepared for hanging out
Incredibly.
tonight,
As usual.
as per usual. It may not be plugged in, dude. It's not. It's
Here,
over
you
there.
do it. You're in the shadows.
In the shadows.
You.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Dude, we've got
Got
like
some lag there.
900,000 viewers.
Yeah,
Right
dude. 4.
No. No way.
So, Josh, what have you been doing for real though?
You really gonna ask me that question, right?
I am.
Yes, we all need to catch up. It's been a long time.
I got
We
to
have
see-
4 viewers eagerly anticipating to
That's
know
right.
what has been happening.
I mean, I got to catch up with you a little bit at the birdhouse when we grilled out, but
Well,
Hey, just don't tell my sister because we didn't invite her till
This is also a dream.
3 days before.
this is not real April.
I'll just
But
walk
hi,
over the
April.
camera.
if you're listening.
Yeah, just the outlet doesn't work.
Oh, that's awesome.
I ate food.
Yeah.
Did you lay on a rest slab?
I also slept as well.
On a rest slab.
On a rest slab, yes,
Yeah.
I did that. I was living,
That's good.
you know.
That's good.
But no. Well, yep, that's pretty much it. But I did. Gotta play at a wedding this weekend.
Stuart's being attacked by the fan.
Help! I'm sorry. All right, continue. You played at a wedding?
Well, I'm going to this weekend.
You, I was gonna say saxophone.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the saxophone.
That's it.
I don't know how. I just told them I was going to play. They asked me if I could play the saxophone, and I said sure.
Why
I'm
not?
just going to wing it.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
And then I show up with bagpipe.
Bagpipes. That's what I meant to say out loud,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
And for the record, April's
Saxopipes.
commenting on here. She was invited. It was just like 2 days after everybody else was invited.
April, that's not what Brad told me.
I said, don't tell her because,
Just because.
yeah.
Stu, what's happened in your life in the next 6 months? In the last 6,
the next,
I'm obsessed with Back to the Future.
That is the
well,
only
the
movie
next
that
6
has
months,
ever
I'll go
existed.
back in time to the last 9
Good,
months, and we'll
good,
start
good.
from there. Well, I got COVID, like the rest of us, right around Christmas.
Yeah.
So
How
that was fun.
Nice.
How was it?
Oh my goodness.
It was. I mean, it was like the flu.
When you said that out loud, it made the time since the last episode get real for me.
Right?
A Christmas.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been
yeah, it was
done.
right around Christmas. Yeah, me and Ashley both got it. So, actually, we had Sawyer's birthday party, like on the 10th, and then by like the 15th, 14 of the 15 people that were there had COVID.
So it was a super spreader event.
Yes, it was. Yes, I was part of the problem.
Spreading the love.
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci would not approve.
He would
Yes.
not.
No.
He would not. Is he even there
and-
anymore?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
Oh, okay.
He normally
All
calls
of
me.
us is on fire
Yeah.
now, I guess.
Probably a reason.
And then I got a new job. So
It's good.
yeah, transferred over to the state military department.
Nice.
So.
It's,
And,
it's kind of classified though.
So do you have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
do you have like bombs that you get to use now?
I mean, I could tell you, but then I have to
I have
kill
to
you.
kill you. Yeah. Okay. If we're on camera, we don't
Yeah.
want
classified.
I
It's
don't want
classified.
that. But it's good. I like it.
good.
Things have been good.
I'm glad it worked out for you.
Yes.
So-
And I mean, that's a short story. I'm sure we'll talk about things as we go along, and other things will pop up.
Progress.
So, Brad,
Yeah.
you've probably shoveled your driveway a few times.
A couple times, yeah. So I don't know if you guys know, my driveway washed out, and then I fixed
I
it,
figured it was a matter
Like
of time.
which time?
and then it washed out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rinse, repeat like 50 times since we've done this.
Jeez Louise,
Yeah,
man.
it's
How
my
much is it?
favorite.
How much? I mean, I know it's like insanely expensive to have it saved.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Like
I haven't.
$100.
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's
$100.
it's
We're gonna take up a collection. We're starting a GoFundMe tonight.
anybody want to contribute? He needs
Yeah.
$100 to pay.
$100. Yeah. So I spent 4 hours on it this past Saturday. Because remember when you guys showed up?
Yeah, it was
It was
okay.
passable,
Yeah.
and then it poured, and we all thought you were gonna have to sleep there for a week till I could
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah.
Rained again this past Friday, and wrecked it. So I fixed
Yeah.
it Saturday, and then like 8 hours later, it dumped on us again.
What does fixing it entail? You get out a tractor. You
I get out a tractor. Yeah,
I mean,
I
you
take
just
the
gotta-
tractor out of its cubby hole. Yeah,
look. It's been a long day, a long 3 weeks for me.
He does like a pig call. He's like, "See, wee!" The tractor comes up out of the woods. Yeah, boss.
All right, go ahead,
no,
Brad.
it's basically all the junk that washes down the hill. I pick it up and carry it back up the hill.
With your hands.
Yeah, each scoop.
His
It's
tractor's hands.
Well, that's what I said. Did you get out a tractor?
Yeah, it's again with the cubby hole. And it's you grab all
talking
the-
to my
the
wife. Why is that
sand
not a
and all
normal
the
sentence?
rocks and just pull it up the hill and put it in the holes. Fill the holes back in.
That's cool.
It's really not.
Does it have a hole filler on it?
Yeah.
And how long does one driveway repair
Mute button
session
for John.
work? Take-
About 4 hours.
Hmm.
On a normal day. Sometimes when it's bad, it's like upwards of 6.
Sucks a bunch.
So then when it pours rain that night, it really makes me angry.
I bet.
And the kids are like, let's
You're
just
like sitting there in bed.
talk today. That's,
Rabble.
Yeah.
it's rassafrassin.
Mm.
Yosemite Sam stuff.
What about you, Pat? I guess you're
Man,
next on the list. I know you've been
Man.
watching Back to the Future.
I have actually.
The movie.
It was
The only
on
movie.
The only movie.
it was on some streaming service, and I was super excited to watch it. I watched the whole thing there, and then it was on a television channel on the program TVs. And watched it there.
Like right after.
Was
Yeah.
Right after.
Like when me and you went to see
Was-
Frighteners like 2 times in a row.
Was it more abnormal
We
things?
snuck back into the
Or
theater.
more
Back in, like,
abnormal
95.
things?
Yeah, the Peter Jackson
I'm
movie
sorry.
before we
Yeah.
got Lord of the Rings.
Is that what you were trying to watch on there? Was more abnormaler things?
Mm-mm.
More abnormal.
I don't watch Stranger Things.
I finished it. It's
I have
good.
not.
I'm no spoilers. No
Yeah,
spoilers.
we're on like episode 7 of the 4th season.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that Agent 6
Agent 6.
It's like,
Showed up and
Luke Skywalker's daughter.
Luke Skywalker's dog.
yeah.
It's
Daughter.
good. I really like the.
Daughter.
If you've seen any of the previews, the Master of Puppets part, the guitar solo, you've seen it, right?
I don't know, have I?
Okay, never mind. I thought we were talking about Stranger Things.
Oh, no,
Apparently,
no.
I'm the only one that's watched
No,
it.
no, I don't watch it. I was just asking if that's
Oh,
what you're
man.
talking
Oh
about.
well,
Yeah.
there's a really good part.
But you know what?
There's a really good
It doesn't mean that I won't. It's just not that I, am not interested in it. And it's not that
Oh,
I
I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I don't say, well,
Let's
know.
not
Does it
Back to
have
the
Marty
Future.
McFly in it?
It's
Nope.
that it can't exist.
Well, as a matter of fact, yeah, it's not even real.
It's not. Telling you. Y'all, I have something I wanted to tell y'all, but I can't tell you on air.
Oh man.
I love you too.
I mean, it's such a great thing. It's this premise for a skit that I have.
What? Because you don't want to give it away?
Yeah, I don't want to give it away. But
Okay, we'll talk about it.
But it's such a great premise for just, I imagine it like an old radio show. There's no pictures. I thought about filming stuff, but I think it would only be funny to y'all. But I think it's
So we should probably.
So we should
record it.
definitely,
And then-
and show it on here.
Okay.
So look forward to it, guys.
yeah.
In 24 to 36 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only gonna take 2 years.
It's in line right behind that 13 Seconds of Silence album.
Yeah.
And get the EP done.
We've made good progress with that.
We have.
We have.
Yeah, we
you know what?
Yeah, fair enough.
Is this,
Al
you
would
guys
like to
making
come over
fun
and
of
talk
Brad
about
not
that.
doing anything.
That's pretty much it.
Not trying to get us age restricted.
Not trying to get us age restricted.
Today we have
I don't even
Owl
have
coming
headphones.
in to
Yeah. So since the
So
last
Brad,
time,
fill the
last time
role.
we did this,
last time.
have we started recording it when we did this in Halloween?
No, we started
2021?
November 20th.
Are you serious?
I remember.
Let's
I
get
don't,
that.
I don't forget.
Let's get you on camera there.
I don't forget.
So November 20th of 2021,
2021, yes.
we started recording an EP,
Yes.
An EP, 5 songs.
5-song EP. Yeah.
We did the drums in
4 hours.
one day.
One day.
One day. We did all of the drums.
Everything else
We did it.
took time.
Yeah.
I'll do the drums for you.
What's I'll do the drums for you. What's
All of the drums for you.
what's taking so long?
You? But
No lie.
that's your thing, so it's only fair.
It's you're not wrong.
Well, we had a conversation about this. I was feeling real bad that it's taken so long to do it, and I don't remember which one of y'all said it was. Well, it's free, and I was like, good point.
There's
Good
that.
point, good
I mean,
point.
Like all the ones we did, we had to pay for.
we sure as heck did, man. We had to go over like $400 when we were
Yeah.
what, 17.
Yeah, 16.
None of us had jobs.
I don't think we were. I was only 16. Yeah.
I don't
So
remember.
that would have made Josh could not have legally worked.
What, when we started the band?
Yeah, when we
Oh,
we
recorded.
recorded
Huh?
at 0 returns.
Oh,
That's the situation we're in.
I don't can't. Yeah, I was.
Was that the
I
one
was
where we had the
early
wheelbarrow of
teen.
change? Was that
yeah,
that one?
Yeah, yeah. This is the one I collected a whole bunch of change
Yeah.
for.
I've got the receipt for it still at the house.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How much was it again?
$471 and some change.
In
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, in change, yeah. We were pulling the carpets up.
So I will say that while this endeavor has not cost you any capital out of pocket, it is far superior to
White.
far superior, leagues above and beyond what we received after our initial recording session.
Yeah.
Shout out Cakewalk.
Right.
Proud sponsor.
It didn't
Yeah.
exist. It didn't
Yeah, they're not giving us
exist
any money,
then.
but yeah.
It's free now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it didn't exist then, so.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
no. Probably not. Not 96.
Not like that. Yeah. I mean, they had moved
Not
to
in
digital
that
studios and
iteration.
everything, but
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
I think Pro Tools is about all that anyone had.
That's that click and fan is awesome.
It's not
Great.
bothering me at all.
Love it.
I'll use it to
It's
take a nap
metronome,
later.
something Brad wouldn't know about.
What, a clicking fan?
No, metronome.
You ever talk to your dad about that too?
Man.
We make
It runs in the band.
Okay,
Like
so
a
yeah,
great
so I
rhythm
got to
section.
tell this story. I don't know, Josh probably hadn't heard this, but we finished all the drums and stuff for their EP at Brad's house,
Oh, my
and then we were going to
gosh, I
do
know
the
this
guitars and the
story.
bass at my house, so that because I'm nearly not as busy as Brad. I'm not trying to start 14 businesses at the same time.
just three. It's
Just
Only
three.
three.
So
All right.
It's empty.
it's
oh, it's
empty.
empty.
Come on now.
So
How you expect me to get fatter?
we spent a couple of sessions doing all the bass stuff, and we got most of it done. And then
We
Powell
finished all
came
the
over.
We finished all the guitar. Don't forget that.
Which
Before
time?
we re-recorded.
Oh yeah,
okay.
we had already done all of the guitar, and then re-recorded all of the guitar because we found a better.
The Mesa Boogie wasn't cutting it.
Yeah, we started using my Boss, and it just sounded a lot better.
Mouse.
But there were how many songs was it that required us to create a click track?
3.
3. And I have absolutely no clue how to create a click track in Cakewalk, and the reference manual is about 900 pages. And so for 3 hours, me and Powell sat in my shed, the studio,
The studio.
Dude.
That's awesome.
and tried to make like a 4-second click track. And I was saying very inappropriate things about you, Brad,
That's
and your lack
hilarious.
of using a metronome.
So I thought about this the other day. Why didn't you just copy a piece of the drum track
We tried it. Don't worry.
back?
We tried, but I couldn't find one that
Don't you
worked
worry.
because it's just like this track is hi-hat and bass drum for some reason.
What?
This one is overheads and snare. You know how it is. They're
Oh,
lit-
you had them added in there in stereo tracks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it was and so it took forever.
Well,
But you did it.
Because at first I
Good
tried.
job.
At first I just downloaded Audacity because I was like, I can make a click track in Audacity in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But then I had to figure out the tempo of the song since there was no metronome, and it took 3 hours, and I was saying some things I probably should not have been saying with Powell in the room about you. But we got it done,
I'm
and
glad
it
you
turned
passed.
out great.
and no animosity or anything.
Not any more than usual.
You only had to paint over one billboard.
Howell, where's your you got tracks online where you can play them?
Nope.
Okay.
Hang on, I can.
Or,
Let's see.
nah.
I've
I
got.
mean, you got the.
I've got them on my
demos, right?
drive. I can share them to you, Brad.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me find them.
Get some 13 SOS and
Previews.
All right. Which one you want, Powell? We've got Before the Dawn, finished.
I just do ignorance. That one's
You want to do
first.
Ignorance? All right. Let's see. Where you at, Ignorance?
Where you at, ignorance?
Where you at, Ignorance?
It's all over Americans, dude.
Wait, no, don't do ignorance.
Don't do
Before
Ignorance?
the dawn.
Okay. Before
Because
the
that
Dawn.
solo's screwed. We gotta fix that.
All right. Before the Dawn. Here we go.
That'll happen.
It happens.
All right. Share with Brad
ETD.
and Access.
Zab. Wanna pull on this chair?
you want to fix me a new drink? Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't think I said that, but I got you. Where's your cup?
Right here, Bubba.
Oh wait,
Thank you.
hold on. I got this.
That's good. I was trying to take an eating break, but the pizza box was closed, so.
It's about you just eat through it.
No.
Just take a
Much
bite out of it, like a hamburger.
Yeah.
Hit him with the moderate.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
it's
okay,
good.
yeah.
All right, so this is.
Before the Dawn.
Not Brad.
Try to clear my way as I fly away.
This is so stupid.
He will find a way. Started with a purpose. Now it's done. You can apply it when I ask. Going on. You try to kill the sunbeam.
Look at Bragg and I'll touch you.
I don't think so. I think these are my favorite ones.
I think the volume is like the level.
Yeah, these are the finished tracks by Stone Studio. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Send the good ones to.
What if our video gets taken down for 20 consecutive times?
They'd have to be the ones to pop their report us. That was a real nightmare.
Started with a purpose. Now it's gone. You can apply it when I ask. What's going on? You try to kill the sunbeam for dawn. We started with a purpose. Now it's gone. You can apply it when I ask what's going on. You try to kill the sunbeam for a dawn.
All right, so that was mix number 1 in the studio.
The best one.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Next time I'm going to charge you.
Best mix ever.
Too late now, bro.
You
you see
done
the
messed
same
up,
one?
Aaron.
Nah, unless that's what you were just playing. Nah.
that was what was
With the
it?
vocals turned down,
Before the dawn.
BTD.
Man, I don't know.
BTD.
BT Dubs.
Y'all, my head be hurting.
If I had a head like that, it hurt too.
Oh my!
Sick burn.
Burn.
I don't understand. What am I playing?
What do you got?
I don't know. You sent me 2 copies of the same
I
thing.
know how you feel,
Oh, it's
sir.
probably the same thing. My phone does that a lot.
Probably.
Play both.
Probably
I
the
emailed the
same
state
thing.
like 3 times.
Play them like 1 second apart, though. See what that sounds like.
So this is
They
the
got
same
going
song.
crazy. Yeah,
but
this should be a
it's-
different.
good
my
mix.
This should be the good mix.
Okay.
that I
What's the
thought
name
was
of
a
your
good-
studios? 2020 Studios?
Well, it was back when we were on 2020.
What's
No.
it now?
That's 2021.
Mudslide Hill?
I don't
mean,
know. Birdhouse,
Bird Brain.
Bird Brain Studios.
I think it should be called Mudslide Studios.
That's
Just my opinion.
All right, here it
This
is.
is the much better mix.
Maybe. We think.
Yeah, I think this is.
We'll know in just a second.
Get that SG in there.
Try to clear my way. Get the fire away. You try to fail me, but I say no. You attempt to make me defensive, but not today. We started with a purpose. Now it's gone. You can apply it when I ask what's going on.
So, Brooke is always after him. He's like, you need to play some covers if you want to book some gigs. And Pal's like, I'm not a sellout.
Oh, well,
Can't
no,
do
you
that.
can't now. Never mind.
well, we've heard that a lot too.
Yeah, quite.
It's like do some covers because people, when you go to venues and they don't know your music, they become disinterested.
I'll teach them to know it.
And that's a real thing. I mean, you're looking at the picture of success here as far as
Yeah.
originals.
No, yeah.
I mean, we killed it.
Uh,
Like, top of the charts.
Yeah, I was actually telling Powell,
The truth.
I think, the truth. No, seriously, in How long y'all been a band?
September.
A little over a year?
A year. No, under a year.
Oh, under a year. Okay. Since September, not the last
10
September.
months.
Okay. That I think that 13 Seconds of Silence has written more songs than we ever did in
Ever?
20-something years. I think so.
I don't think so.
I do.
What
we
about
have,
in
we
like
have 23.
Jeremy's room?
I'm talking about songs that are recorded. They record a new track just about every week.
No, you're not wrong. Not at my house, though.
Just live.
It's unheard of.
They've got some bangers too, y'all.
Well, if I actually had people that would, leave their families and responsibilities for a little bit, I have like a bazillion songs that I write on a constant basis that I never do anything with.
Also not at my house.
No.
Yeah, you send me stuff all the time. I'm like, dude, that sounds awesome. These drums. And then 8 months later, you guys hire somebody else to do it.
Well, it's like Psycho Sucker. I was like, hey,
Pretty much.
here's pretty much the finished version. I need drums. And then we got tired of waiting, and Josh Lord was like, we'll just pay Kelly Scott from the band Failure to do them professionally.
Dude, he kills it.
Yeah. He's not taking any more orders till like August. They're going on tour.
Oh, okay. Well, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. But you're free. I could guilt trip you
Have
into
you
doing
heard
it.
the catalog of 13 Seconds live?
No.
They're so stinking good. This is a cover of that I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire song.
Is that the name of the band, the Ink Spots?
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
Oh, you've heard it on a commercial. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. What is
That's
your...
the only time we'll ever sell it.
Yeah, that's their sellout moment. Hal, what's your... hello.
What?
Hello.
Is your YouTube channel just /13 Seconds of Silence?
I don't know.
Oh, dude,
Probably not.
I ain't technology.
That's your field.
Send it to me. I'll put it in the, here.
Send which one?
Your YouTube channel.
Alright.
Put it in
So
the show
both of the
notes.
people that are listening will know where to go. And so my sister did give up a Netflix show.
Okay.
Oh, Seven. Yeah, she quit watching Seven to watch this.
Really?
cool.
Brad Pitt.
Oh, well,
Oh, well, you should
Kevin
come back to it.
What's-his-face.
I'm sure she's seen that a lot.
It'll still be there and all, but
Yeah.
it's Seven. I mean,
It's a good movie. I mean, aside from the fact that,
Kevin
Maybe not
Spacey's
be
a
here,
perv. Yeah, he's a perv. Never met the guy.
it's not what I heard.
Just go. Just going off what CNN tells me.
And they're so trustworthy.
It's true.
So, I mean, we have our normal, music history.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to talk through that?
Sure, yeah, if there's anything up there.
Yeah, there is.
All right,
There's plenty.
let's do it.
There's lots of stuff that happened.
Okay. Like in the last 10 months, we just like, we never get done. Kermit? Yes.
Yes, I can only count to 4.
You can only count to 4.
Oh,
No, I don't know why when we start to do these episodes, I just turn into like a blithering idiot. It's just like
Your brain turns
it's my
off.
niche in this situation.
The blither. All right, so let's see.
Company.
In '69, the Rolling Stones released the single "Honky Tonk Women."
okay.
Not a fan.
Honky Tonk Women.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head. How it
Is
goes.
that you said the Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
Give me the honky tonk.
You know, they recorded a lot of stuff, their early stuff,
Yeah,
in Muscle Shoals at Fame.
Yep. That's totally awesome.
Mm-hmm. Stayed at the Holiday Inn. Mick Jagger gets out of his limo dressed in like all white, like pimp suit. So like this huge scarf and this giant hat going into Fame Studios.
And why does he do that, Stu?
Because he's Mick Jagger.
And what does Mick Jagger do?
Whatever he wants.
No, come on. You said it. Oh, it's never mind. What did Mick Jagger do? What Mick Jagger do?
Mick
Mick Jagger do
what-
what Mick Jagger do.
He just goes, yeah, and no.
All right, so in
pretty much it.
2000, in July 11th, 2000, Lars Ulrich from Metallica was the first witness to testify at a U.S. Senate hearing over copyright law issues concerning the free sharing of music files
Yes, that was on
on websites like
that
that.
was, that was on Napster.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that video that
The cartoon?
Yeah, that cartoon.
Yeah.
Napster, bah! That was great.
Laws.
It's still up there. and Laura talked like this, and he's like, this bug thing, and he had really big eyes, and he crawled up the screen and everything. It's like part of the totally cool band, Metallica.
Yeah, Napster. Give your computer an incurable disease to download like the Wiggles or something.
And it would take you.
The Wiggles wasn't a thing when Napster was around.
It would take you like 3 hours to download a song.
It was awesome though.
That LimeWire.
LimeWire.
Yes.
I remember that. Patrick Farms remembers. I don't know what voice that was.
Patrick Farms remembers.
Patrick Farms remembers.
Dude, there's not a whole lot that went on July 11th in music history. We got some Limp Bizkit, Cypress Hill, also related to Napster.
Okay. A lot of stuff went down to Napster.
Yeah, that
on
was
the
a
11th.
busy year for stealing music.
What's happened in history on July 11th?
In '96, the Smashing Pumpkins keyboardist died after a show in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep, 34.
How did he do that?
Heroin overdose.
Oh,
I was just going to say drugs, but you beat me to it.
That's how that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a guess, but it's usually a good guess.
That's a solid guess anytime.
Yeah.
An educated guess. What happened in history on July 11th?
Oh, dude.
This will be fun.
I don't know.
Let's check it.
I don't know.
Let's check
Find
it out.
Oh, my.
Discounted fireworks for sure.
Oh, somebody got shot. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Aaron Burr, sir.
Shoots
Oh, yeah.
Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander
Right.
Hamilton.
Man, that dude was a
That's
fighter from way back.
right.
Remember that commercial?
Who shot Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's that really ugly guy that's on the Progressive commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The redheaded dude.
Yeah. I remember, for a long time I thought it was Steve Buscemi, but it's like, no, it's
It's a progressive guy.
no, I mean, on that
No, the
commercial.
ugly guy.
Yeah, the in the commercial with the Aaron Burr thing, and he had like he ate like something out of it. I think it was a cake, like one of those little Debbie snack cakes from the vending machine. And he just stuffed it in his mouth, and there was some show where you could win money, and they would just ask a question over the air, and whoever called in first with the right answer, he knew it, but he couldn't say it because his mouth was full, and he couldn't. He's like, "Hey, what was it?" He's like, "I'm sorry, time is up."
Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir? That depends. Who's asking? Oh,
sure, sir.
Yes, we all know Hamilton is good. Don't get us kicked off, please.
I was just playing enough. Playing enough.
Yeah, that's it. YouTube banned us for life.
Oh, we're done? Okay.
No, we're not.
Rumble.
So, To Kill a Mockingbird was published July 11th.
Really? Fantastic.
Yeah,
Me and Ashley just watched that movie recently.
1960.
They never actually showed you how to kill Mark.
Because that's
Well,
not,
that's not the
it
point of the
wasn't a
book,
tutorial.
Josh.
How do you kill a monkey?
Did
You
you
were
know?
supposed to read.
Little known fact about To Kill a Mockingbird, the movie, Robert Duvall's first role.
No, I didn't know that.
Yep. He plays Boo Radley,
Oh, nice.
but he has no lines in the entire thing.
Yeah, he just leaves a sweat spot on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ooh.
And the Spanish version came out later. Tequila Mockingbird.
Take me up. Hey, I say.
Probably would have been Mexican, but whatever.
It's racist.
See, nobody cares.
Tequila Mockingbird.
American First Lady, Lady
Bird.
Bird Johnson, she kicked the bucket.
She did.
Oh.
That's how history is made. People die.
I know, right?
Unfortunately.
And that the drug lord broke out.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Which one?
Joaquin Guzman.
Oh, how about this? The Marine Corps was established in 1775, and then it was formally reestablished on this day in 1798.
Oh, hoorah, Semper Fi.
Mm.
Speaking of the Marines, me and Ashley have been watching Major Dad.
Oh, dude, that's a great show.
Never watched it growing up.
Oh my gosh, man,
and
it's awesome.
It's amazing. I love it. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's hilarious.
It is a very good show.
Oh yeah, I used to watch.
You know Prince Albert?
It can?
No, the second. The only son of Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly. He assumed the throne of Monaco, whatever that is.
Yeah,
Just thought that was interesting.
Right.
Prince Albert had box.
Oh, here's a little tie-in.
All right.
1962, this day in history, the Rolling Stones performed their first show, billed as the Rolling Stones. No G. They're too cool for it.
The Rolling Stones. Okay, I got you.
That's hip.
That's nice.
It is. But did they have an apostrophe? That's
They
what
did.
I
They did.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
They did.
Otherwise, it would have just been the Rolling Stones.
Well, either that or everybody just think they literally misspelled it on accident.
Oh no, the G.
They're gonna do what they do.
Copyright's already gone through. I guess it's staying.
Oh man. All right, let's see. Anything else? Anything else? My voice is cracking over here. I'm de-aging.
Either that or your voice is turning into a gigantic sea monster.
It might be. It might be.
I just saw something on Brad's screen. This day in history, dogs were invented.
Yeah, dogs were invented. Yeah.
Oh, is that not what that says?
No, it's
Dogs
saying
were invented?
that dogs' faces, quote unquote, evolved to improve connections with people.
Really?
My dogs are stupid.
Okay. Dogs are naturally pretty stupid.
They figured out how to make sad puppy dog eyes that we all go, okay, well, here's the rest of the food on my plate.
Yeah.
It says that
In
our-
1995, Jamaican-American singer Shaggy released his third album, Boombastic. Simply
Very
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yes. Let's see. What else? 1979, on this day, the Skylab, America's first space station, was destroyed as it entered Earth's atmosphere over the Indian Ocean.
By Sarah Connor.
Yes. No, that's Skynet.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yes.
I bet that made a mess, though.
Yeah. In 1969, David Bowie released Space Odyssey.
No, Space Oddity.
Oh, Space Odyssey. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the movie. 2001 Space Odyssey.
Okay,
It's
so
like
was that a concept album?
If the concept
They
was
all-
LSD, then yes.
Okay, so let's talk about concept albums.
Okay,
What's
let's
y'all's
do exactly
opinion
that.
on that? So, because I've heard that American Idiot was written to be a rock opera. What other concept out like Pink Floyd?
The
Wall.
The Wall.
Yeah.
Was that the name of that album?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do y'all-
I would consider that concept. Now, if you're talking about like rock opera stuff, you're talking about like
Well, just
Tommy by
concept,
Who.
just concepts in general.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they're cool. Like they
just have to be done well.
They
Some
do,
of them
they
are
do,
done,
but they're good when like a band runs out of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
They can focus on something and then they can spark the machine again.
Obviously, they're really good when when the concept is well thought out and the music is extremely well written.
Right.
I don't see both most of the time.
You don't.
Yeah, because when I think about the only one that I'm really familiar with is American Idiot because I bought that album when it came out because Green Day was the band that made me want to play music, and just the recurring characters in it. It was just weird to me. I don't
That
know.
makes me sad.
Well, I'm sorry. It was the summer of '95. I can tell you exactly where I was. At Faulkner University.
For real?
Yeah, I was doing a math and science program that summer.
That's cool. Those at your schools now.
I'm trying to think.
That's
if
where me and
there's-
Stu got that shirt we always used to wear.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm trying to think if there's any other concept albums I can think of.
Didn't Queen have a concept album?
The Highlander soundtrack?
No, I don't know.
That's,
but see, Queen was just their songs were so
Ballady.
everything was a concept.
yeah.
So I did not like the stuff that they put out in the '90s.
Like what?
I'm sorry. The like the last album that they put out, I didn't like.
No,
it.
I didn't either.
I didn't care for it. I thought they were working too hard to fit into the.
Oh, here we go. In 1533, on this day, Pope Clement VII excommunicated King Henry VIII of England for his terrible behavior.
Yes.
It's a naughty
Agree,
boy.
And I think that's when King Henry VIII started the Church of England.
Shortly after that, I imagine, yes.
Just make me out.
Exactly.
Who,
That's
the Church
exactly
of
what it
England
was.
actually said
You
within
can't
the
tell
last
me
day
I
or
can't
two,
have a divorce.
they said
I
that
will make
woman does not officially have a definition.
The Church of England said that.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
What
So
a man does.
I guess, yes, because, you can't define a woman these days.
So
And so the Church of England was like, yeah, no, there's no definition for women.
So serious question, unserious question. Can we play Michael Bolton when a man loves a woman?
I mean,
You don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
they're interchangeable.
What are those
They
things?
are the same, so I guess it's just when a thing loves a thing.
When a breathing person loves another breathing person.
Or a birthing person.
No, I said breathing. That's what I meant, actually.
You're going to get AOC fired up.
That's okay.
Her and her googly eyes.
I like what some. I can't remember who it was. It called her occasional cortex.
Occasional cortex.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, who is it? Michael Savage. Michael Savage called her occasional cortex.
Oh, that's great. I mean, she went from being a bartender to a congressman,
Yeah.
and it shows.
That's experience. I mean, I don't know what else you'd expect.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right, I think that's it for about history.
I like history.
I mean, I guess we could. Well, my wife will, if she's still watching, she'll enjoy this. In 2013, on this day, American comedy drama Orange is the New Black was released on Netflix.
Well,
So,
that's amazing.
and that's it for today in history. Nothing else happened ever on this day.
Well,
Really?
Not a thing.
not a thing. Not
Nothing worth
thing.
talking about. Births on this day. Let's see.
Oh.
Who was born? Johann Gourcuff in 1986. Lil Kim in 1975.
Little Kim.
No, Lil. With the
No.
apostrophe.
But that's short for little.
John Quincy Adams was born this day in 1767. Robert the Bruce, my ancestor, born this day
Is
in
he really?
1274. Yep.
When he gets Raider, though? I saw Braveheart.
Yeah, but he
I'm also related to Mary Queen of the Scots, Bloody Mary.
Mm.
So I am royalty. Bow down, plebes.
That's a very
I'm
cool
related to the
Panic
right
Channel
of it.
song. You're related to a raptor?
Yes, I'm related to a raptor, a velociraptor.
What did you say? I'm
His
sorry.
name is Steve.
I can't hear over here, man.
I said I'm related to the Wright brothers.
Oh. Those people that built the airplanes?
Mm-hmm. Made the aeroplane.
But they were so smart, and you're so dumb.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Low-hanging fruit, Steve.
Like I just didn't even miss a beat denying it or anything.
I take it where I get them. Let's see. The Emperor Anthemius, Roman Emperor, died this day in 472. Is that AD? Yeah, it would be AD. The Roman Empire was not around in BC. Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm not smart.
Whoa.
Whoa!
1 century ago, we began Sonder. Still in the works.
This day in history, Stella got her groove back.
All right.
That's nice. Good for her.
Oh, let's
Who's
see
that?
what movie releases.
Huh?
Who's that?
Stella, you know.
Stella?
Yeah.
You know.
You
Go on,
know
do
her.
it, Josh.
There's more to you know.
Thank you.
Is that with it?
Streetcar.
Called Desire.
That.
Yeah, Streetcar. I forgot about that one.
With the shoes on your hands.
I know.
Ooh, Sharknado was released this day in 2013.
That's my mom's favorite.
That's the other movie that was made besides Back
Yeah.
to the Future, Patrick.
Exactly. I believe it. Well, that's a cool picture, Brad.
Kevin sent me a bunch of text telling me to read the comments.
Oh, Gary. What's going on, Gary?
Gary.
That's what the youth group has endowed Gavin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and they named him Gary.
Wow.
It's a term of endearment. They've adopted him into their clan.
Good. He's one of
He's
their...
one of the
Gary,
brothers. What?
Why Gary?
I don't know.
Why not?
Teenage boys are stupid. Do you remember?
Yes.
I
I
mean,
do.
I do.
All right.
Oh, wait, I guess I'm supposed to answer the question. No, I'm stupid.
All right, what else can we talk about?
I don't know, but Nunya Beeswax says that Pat, you won interesting someone. Wow.
Thanks, buddy.
Wow,
I'm a great
You were
interesting
once
That's-
someone.
interesting
that's deep.
someone.
that's deep.
That is so good.
Yeah. And also he says I am favorite fan.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Beeswax, I gotta. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm going to have to go home and teach my son articles of the English language.
Is that actually?
I think that's
That's
correct.
Gary?
Yeah, that's Gary.
That's Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Gary's Beeswax.
Here's Beeswax.
He's Cheeto or whatever his name is. What is it? Funyuns.
Funny as you know.
Because Cheeto's not ridiculous. I mean, Funya is not ridiculous.
Yeah, we had a Cheeto back in the day.
Yeah, we did. Chico.
Oh, it was Chico. Jeez Louise, I'm an idiot.
It's fun. It's fun. That's what I'm here for,
Oh.
Brad.
I
Man.
completely forgot. We were going around the table saying what we've been doing. I've been cheating on this church with another church.
Oh my
You
goodness
have
gracious.
been.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me that you're doing guitaring.
Yeah, I'm doing some git fiddling with some Methodists.
Dun dun dun.
They're gonna learn you a thing or two.
All right.
Now, how did you get hooked up with them? I know the story, but like,
There's a kid on Sawyer's baseball team for the last couple of seasons. His dad goes to church there, and we had kind of bonded because we both played guitar. And the beginning of this baseball season, he just mentioned in offhand that he had to leave practice to go to, baseball practice to go to band practice. And he just mentioned we needed an electric guitar player. And I was just like,
I know a guy.
I was like, they won't let me play at my church for some reason.
And that ain't even true.
I was like, they let me play the bass, but that's it.
Well, I mean, but you show up to play guitar, and they're like, "But we have a Jim Williams."
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you kind of can't
so
blame him.
I said, well, tell your worship leader, that I'm dying to play with some folks. I'm tired of playing with recordings of myself.
yeah.
And then I got home and I was super excited. And I remember I told Ashley, and the first thing out of her mouth was she looked at me and she said, "You think
Sorry.
you think they're going to want somebody that doesn't go to their church playing in their praise band?" And I said, "Well, I didn't until now. So thanks for that." But then the guy called me like 2 days later, and I've been playing with him.
They needed some stew. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been great. I love it. Everybody's super nice over there, and
Oh, you say that like we're not.
well, they let me play
Right.
in their band.
So you know what? They got a one up on you.
I mean, they don't know me.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what
My
I call
folks actually
Christian
showed
love
up
right
one
there.
morning. We were getting ready for the service to start, and I checked my phone real quick. My mom was like, "We're on the way," and I was like, "No." And of course, as soon as somebody saw me wave to them, they're like, "Is that your parents?" And everybody just, like half the church is over there talking to them, and we went over to my parents for lunch later that day, and my dad was just like, "Man, you got them snowed."
Sent you a text, too.
Oh, okay.
You need to read that.
All right, well, I'll read it
Like live.
No, don't read it live. No,
out loud.
Okay.
no it was just a reminder.
Yes,
Yeah.
I try to keep those things in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, that's right. I watched the mental gymnastics at that moment.
Yeah, you saw it happen. But yeah, no, so yeah, I go, it's literally just a straight shot, so I come here for the 8:30 service. I talk to you guys until y'all are getting ready to start the 9:45. I get in my car, I drive 1.5 miles that way, and
Yeah.
I turn into their parking lot.
That's awesome.
88 miles per hour.
Yep, 88 miles per
Only,
hour.
only.
Yep, right through that 25-mile-an-hour stretch. So, but it's been a lot of fun. It's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's super cool. And, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It really is.
I do sometimes. I'm like, man, I'm at that church more than I'm at my own church. And I mean, I shouldn't feel bad about that, but
Yeah, you're just going where there's opportunity. you
Yeah.
know?
go with this opportunity.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. That's for real.
Well, it's just, I mean, it gives me a chance to serve
Yep.
and enjoy it. Like, before I started this, we were teaching the, kindergarten Sunday school, and we did that for a long time. and I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
Like Saturday nights and Sunday morning, I would just be a jerk because I just loathed it so much. You know, I wouldn't sleep good. I'd just be being a jerk to everybody in the house.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't enjoy coming to church, you know, sitting through the service being like, oh, I got to go teach kindergarten.
You're just thinking about what's next, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know why, because all the kids loved me and all I did was just play with 4 and 5-year-olds the whole time, you know.
See, but I feel that way too, because when I was in Aliceville, I was responsible for 1st grade through 12th grade. And I was like, man, I'm just not a kids minister. I'm a youth minister. And then when we came here, you know, I was just strictly 7th through 12th, so I wasn't dealing with kids ministry at all. And then every time VBS rolls around, like, I like it, but I'm reminded that I'm just not meant to do children's ministry. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely a calling, you know.
So is there a calling in ministry where you don't have to deal with people?
No,
Yeah, it's called
unfortunately.
It's called the Praise Band.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're in it, I think.
I don't know. But I mean, you have to at least directly, if not indirectly, because I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of
It kinda
ministry.
does.
Yeah,
It does.
that's the whole point, right?
But yeah, I don't know why I hated teaching the kindergarten class. I guess it's just because they're kindergartners, you know.
Well, I mean, for me,
like
the
I
reason-
would have absolutely no problem like teaching, you know, like teaching stuff like in our small group, you know, like
Yeah.
with folks that can critically think and
Yes.
you can talk about, you know.
I think that's my big thing
Yeah.
too. Is with children's ministry, they're getting there, but they're not there yet. And I like to have deeper. You wouldn't know it from the first 30 minutes of this podcast, but I like to have deep, meaningful conversation. Like that's my thing. And teenagers are at that point. They're asking those questions, and they've still got some maturing to do. But I think sometimes as
But
adults,
you don't have to be as mature.
I don't. And I think sometimes as adults, we shut down and we don't ask questions out of fear of being exposed or embarrassed or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so yeah, that's probably the best thing about it is, you know, I've got a steady gig where I've got, you know, folks I can play with, and then B, I'm serving, you
That's
know,
awesome.
and I'm enjoying it, you know.
yeah, I've actually, Josh, you may not know this. I know Brad and Stuart do, but I've been getting to preach on Sunday mornings.
Oh, it's so good.
And that's been a lot of fun. And I'm really sad because shut up, Brad. My last Sunday is this upcoming Sunday.
That's
so
too bad.
But it's been cool because just getting to stretch and do it differently. It's not that I'm so different content-wise. It's more presentation. And so it's just different to preach to adults. And, you know, that's ultimately the goal for me,
It's great, man.
pastoring a church. So,
You are probably my favorite preacher.
well, thanks,
You know,
Stu.
I'm not gonna lie. It's ridiculous. I watch you preach, and I've just got this just this stupid retard grin on my. I'm sorry,
You said it
I
again.
said it. I've got this dove grin on my face, you know, the whole time.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
You know, because I mean, I've known you for
Ever.
30 years.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
ever.
Yeah.
Ever,
And
yeah.
so to stand up there and watch you preach and just, you know, like I said, I told you, like when I'm watching you preach, I could just like feel the spirit just like radiating out.
That's cool, man.
And that's, you know, it's
Well,
just,
it's definitely my passion. I told Josh this one of the last times we met. It's like I never ever dreamed there would be something cooler than music to me, and it is.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
my
you
thing.
told me that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
said I have no desire to play anymore.
Yeah.
Brad, turn your notifications
I know,
off.
dude. Gavin sending me texts.
Gavin, Gary,
Yeah. He's Gary now.
Cheetah Funyuns.
but
I'm sorry. What?
Cheetah Funyuns.
Cheeto Funyun.
Right.
But it is it is funny at the Methodist Church because they do communion like it seems like every other week.
Yeah.
And
Should be once a month.
their bread is like this giant like pound cake looking thing. It's,
Do you walk up and pinch a piece off?
no, I haven't done it yet. You know.
It depends on what they're doing.
I mean, but I'm saying, is that what they do at the church?
Yeah,
That's cool.
they pinch a piece off and they dunk it in the giant stone Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade goblet.
Cool.
That's
You
awesome.
know, yeah.
The tarnished one?
We
Intinction.
The why- yeah, the one
I
you choose
believe
wisely,
is
right.
That's the method of communion is intinction.
I gotcha. Where you dip it.
I think so.
Yeah. We did that at Lifeline, which we were a Southern Baptist church, but we did we didn't dip it, but we did the whole loaf of bread and
You
juice.
stuck your face in and took a bite.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We had people come up and pick their piece off or whatever, but I've told that story on the air where I was pouring the juice, we were serving the juice, and I spilled it all over this guy's linen pants, and he never came back to church.
It is weird, they have all the liturgy that we don't have, where all the recitations and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Do they have acolytes at that church?
I don't know what that means.
Electrolytes.
Acolytes, they bring candles down the aisle
No, they
before
don't
the
do
service
that.
starts.
Stuff that plays great.
They're
Some Methodist churches will do it.
they have
Yeah.
they do the recitation stuff, but I mean, other than that, they're basically the same as we are. Like, they do baptisms.
Oh,
Why
man.
don't you guys?
They don't
ask
have a
me? I'm
baptismal, but
Methodist.
they.
I didn't
they do
realize you were a
baptisms.
Methodist. Okay. Hey, let's ask Josh, the Methodist.
You might know, yeah.
Our resident Methodist. To
Um,
you.
yeah, I mean, and in a lot of ways, I've found that the Methodist Church is sometimes, Baptists are known as the contemporary. We're the Pentecostal lights, and I've
Well,
seen.
we're supposed to be the stuffy ones. We're the ones that don't allow dancing.
Well, I know, but we're making that transition to be the more contemporary worship type of church. But I think the Methodists have been doing it better and bigger than we have for years.
Fraser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
where Centerpoint came from. Is from Fraser.
Oh yeah. I had a thought and I lost it.
I'm just super glad that Pat doesn't have a pop filter on his microphone.
Oh yeah.
It's making my day.
It's right there. Just put
Right,
it
hold
on.
Let's go ahead and
It's
hold
all
it
right.
in front of it.
I'll just hold it.
We're
front of it, yeah.
45 minutes into this thing.
Is that better? Hold on. Y'all just keep talking. I'll handle my business.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Also, Gavin had a note for you, Pat.
What do you say?
He said, "What is Pat talking about?" And I wrote back and said, "Preaching." And he said, "I know. I am disappointed in him."
What? Why are you disappointed in me, Gavin? I'm so
I have no
confused.
idea. He didn't,
Gary, we need a response.
He didn't expound.
What's your reasoning? I want to know why I disappoint you. I disappoint a lot of people.
Respond.
Just read my email.
Gary.
Yeah, just read my email. You figure out how many people I disappoint.
Back it up, Terry.
Back it up, Terry. Put her in reverse, Terry.
Is that better? Am I gooder now?
You're gooder.
More gooder?
Yeah, you're more good.
Popcorn. That's way better. Man, that's it.
That's cool. Well,
That's the stuff.
I didn't. That's a hard thing to put on.
All right, let's shut this down.
Fine.
Just kidding. But as soon as you got your popcorn.
No.
And there we go.
Yep.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Methodism?
Methodism.
Methodism. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, they did have a...
Methodical.
They had a guest preacher this last Sunday because they're reverend, because they call them reverends.
I got mail today with my name as Reverend. I haven't
yeah?
called that since Aliceville.
All right, but
Call that.
he actually had
we call ours preacher.
the short sleeve black shirt with the white collar.
Okay. Yeah.
Huh. They really wear that?
I mean, he did. Their normal
It's going to
preacher
depend.
doesn't.
It's going to depend on the pastor.
Yeah.
Let's don't ask Josh anything. Let's just operate in conjecture.
pretend
between
like
us. Since he's a Methodist, let's don't ask him anything.
Oh my gosh.
So,
No.
what about your church? What is you have a pastor, a preacher? What does he go by? Just
Just
preacher.
goes by Pastor Mark.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm not trying to be weird. I was just you were saying.
Yeah. And he normally in most Methodist churches that I've been to, they tend to just wear normal clothes.
Yeah.
Except on like sometimes on communion, which is done once a month.
Do they still? And this is you just answered it really, but do you know of a lot of Methodist churches that still do the whole robe thing?
Yeah. That's the Pastor Mark at Perry Hill. He rarely does.
Is that just for like big, like Easter, Christmas kind of
he'll
stuff?
probably do it at like the candlelight communion, where they're open, and it's very nice when you go in and you kneel right at the right in front of the altar.
Yeah, they have like a little altar that like
And they
folds
have-
out so you
and-
can kneel down on it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
cushioned.
a lot of them will have padding right down there, so you can kneel down, and he'll give you the body and blood of Christ, but the body and blood of Christ, and but
Tumble into my belly.
yes, but I mean, really, as far as service goes, aside from you do each service you do the Gloria Patri, which is like It's like, glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the
I
Holy.
know that.
You
Yeah.
sing?
Huh? Yeah, I do that. I
didn't
do
know
that
that.
sometimes.
I didn't know you sang.
But and then also of course, the Lord's Prayer
Yeah.
and the doxology.
Yeah.
That's like something that's just done every single.
Well, in Aliceville, every service was closed with the doxology.
Mhm.
Every service. That was like our go home song.
Yeah.
Now,
I love it too.
now I have played at a lot of. I'm trying to think of the name of the denomination right now.
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian, yes, which
Mm.
is
Good
started by
call.
Scottish. You know,
Really?
so yeah, a lot of church services that I'd be called to play at Presbyterian because they got Scottish roots,
Mm.
and so they do something called the Kirkin of the Tartans. Kirkin meaning churching, apparently, but it's a blessing of the Tartans, basically. And
Cool.
they'd have family tartans out at the altar and stuff, and but it seems like most of the Presbyterian churches they're like even more on ceremony, like closer, like in like almost to like Catholic ceremony
Mm.
than even Methodist. Now, granted, they're still nothing like Catholic.
Yeah,
church.
it's like Catholic, and then it's like Episcopalian, and then
Yeah.
and then Presbyterian,
Mm-hmm.
and then Methodist, and then
Baptist, then Pentecostal.
Yeah.
If you're talking
Presbyterian and
formality.
Methodist
and
and
then you got
Baptist.
snake handling. And,
Yeah, yeah.
Presbyterian, Baptist, and Methodist are actually there's very, very few differences as far as like what they believe.
yeah, doctrine wise, yeah.
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 One thing I don't agree with the Methodist Church on is what's called what was that?
Egalitarianism. The egalitarianism.
Well, they have a little bit, but it's not that bad actually. They're still pretty, saved by grace.
Well, no, egalitarianism. That's the
Legalistic. More.
women pastors and stuff.
Oh, that. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, but
and that depends on the church.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But no, replacement theology, which is what they believe. Their official stance is that the church replaced the Jewish people as God's chosen people, which is just not true.
Yeah.
Right.
They're still His chosen people. He has a plan for them. It doesn't mean that they don't need salvation, but it's just that He has a plan for Israel, just like He has a plan for the church. And anyway, and that God, a lot of them, including the Methodist Church, unfortunately, they, not all of them, mind you. It's just that's the official stance.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably depends on which.
Yeah, and the Methodist Church is way less autonomous than the Baptist Church.
Yeah.
The Baptist Church is we just do what we want to do within a certain realm.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Methodist Church they do have a bishop that that oversees a lot of churches.
Yeah, they're the pastor at the reverend. Sorry, but the preacher at the Methodist Church up the road there.
The guy that gives the word.
Yeah, the guy that speaks. He mentioned that he had their bishop or whatever it is, had reassigned him to that church, for however many years.
Yeah, and
His contract
it's
has
like
been
3 to
reinstated.
5 years is what I've been
Yeah.
told.
Now, I don't really know the inner workings of how a Baptist church does things.
Well, the Baptist Church, every church is autonomous.
We have a group of really old men in black suits down in the sub basement.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
come out every 7 years.
Yeah. There are some exceptions with the Methodist Church, like for instance, at Fraser, John Ed Matheson.
Yeah.
He was there forever.
Yeah.
Sure
They
he
even
was.
had a wing named after him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, it just depends. It really does.
Something I was going to say, you were talking about the Methodist, and I forget what brought it up in my mind, but just the different beliefs or whatever. The Presbyterian church across the road in Aliceville, they brought in a new preacher, and he wanted to get rid of the stained glass windows because he believed they were graven images.
What?
Yeah.
I've heard stuff like that. Was it you?
Things?
You told me that
I
story.
probably told you that story
Yeah, I think you
before,
told me
but
that
yeah.
story. Yeah.
It was just like, okay, I don't think we're worshiping them.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like most of the people forget it's here.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, it's like
But that wasn't that church. It was just that dude.
Yes,
Obviously,
exactly.
but-
Sometimes, of course, you're gonna just like with anything, you're gonna have certain people that are going to have a very, very particular, dogmatic about something, that most other people will find insignificant. But I personally believe that he's wrong. Just like I'm sure you guys do too.
Yeah.
That's like I said, that I don't think it's not a graven image. If people are worshiping God in the church, they could, it's like, I suppose they could,
We don't
they could
turn
take it
to
down
the
and
stained
not-
glass to sing the hymns.
Right.
You guys don't.
Like I said, I mean, that's an afterthought. You guys aren't even really thinking about the glass picture, pictures in the stained glass windows anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
They're more telling the story than anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting because, the things that you think don't matter at all matter a lot to certain people.
Yeah.
So, and it's just being sensitive. It's it's not that they're necessarily wrong. It's just maybe it's an issue for them.
Even if they are wrong, when you get into different subjects like that, you still have to remember they're brothers and sisters in Christ.
Right.
It's like,
don't berate them. And don't.
It's like
don't
we've had the
fall out of
conversation
fellowship with
about
people just because.
about Calvinism.
Sure.
And while we all believe that that's incorrect, and it's I've had conversations with people where they're like, well, that's just such a minor detail, and to us it's like, oh, they said the C word,
Right,
and it's just
right.
like, oh, time to fight,
Right.
but then you have to take a step back and be like, well, they still believe that the same things we believe.
We're reading a book, my student leadership team, called Everybody Always. It's by Bob Bagoff, and it's just about loving people that are difficult to love, and we get our feathers ruffled when somebody's slightly different than we are. It's not even heresy. It's just like, oh, you do that? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying about Calvinism necessarily. I'm just saying about any kind of difference in opinion on theology. When we're this much off from somebody, we always get bowed up, and we've got to learn to love each other unless it's a foundational core issue.
And not divide a church over stuff.
Correct.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
And that's the problem.
The only
Like
thing
what happened at Morning View, it was one guy came in, and it just kind of, and then it just fractured the church.
yeast, man, yeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ruins the whole batch.
Yeah.
It's so funny if we could just get to the third, the latter part of DK Talk Radio. I think it would be more interesting. If we get there sooner. It's like, wait a minute, they're serious? Oh no!
Well, this was a spur of the moment thing, and we literally had no notes.
Yeah.
No, we usually don't.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, no, we usually have notes.
Yeah, usually we've got. I spend the better
Do
part
we
of Sunday
actually?
writing them.
Yeah.
But this time, nah.
No.
Well, and that's the thing. I think about the minor differences in denominations and whatever that we get all worked up about, and then I don't know. God just really, as we were sitting here talking, that really drew me to Isaiah 5:20. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's
Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And I think we as a nation and we as a church sometimes we get obsessed with these little things when there's these things that are
Really?
woeful,
yeah, much worse.
and we're not even paying them any attention. And the reason is we're afraid of them. And we don't want to rock the boat, and we're good little Baptists and we're good little Methodists, and we're not gonna challenge anyone or anything. And I think there's really pivotal issues that are out there that the church can't run from anymore.
No.
And we've got to call evil evil and good good.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's a lot of churches that are just going with the flow.
Correct.
They're conforming to the world rather than actually.
And there's so much incredibly twisted false theology coming out. Have you guys seen the progressive Christianity stuff?
Yeah, that's wild.
Wow.
Totally wild.
Yeah, I'm talking a little bit.
Talking God is queer.
Really?
Yeah, Jesus was a racist.
It dissolves everything foundational.
It's insane.
And those are the things we need to get worked up about.
Yes,
Right.
I mean it's just because it's like
Not if I wear a robe or not.
yeah, like it's
Right.
it's like it's absolute like heresy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so
Disturbing.
well thought out that it's easy to see how
It's
it's
But that's Satan's MO.
Yeah,
That's Satan's MO.
nuts, man.
You
Deceiving
take
people.
the truth and you just shift it this much.
Yep.
I recently heard a pastor say, Jesus is a way, a truth, and the life.
A way,
Oh,
not
yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
One word.
Yeah.
Right.
One word
Mm-hmm.
changes everything.
Yeah.
And those are the things that are out there that are permeating the culture and permeating the culture of the church. And so it's so surprising to me. These past few weeks that I've been preaching, I've mentioned hell and I've mentioned sin and the blood of Jesus. And I've had so many people walk up to me and go like, we appreciate that because no one says that. And I'm like, how do you not say that in sermons? Like that's pretty much
Core.
the nuts and bolts of what
Yeah.
we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Exactly.
you know?
If you don't believe in those things, what do you have?
I've heard a lot of people
What are
over different various forms of media talk about that lately like you said, as a church we don't want to rock the boat,
Yeah.
and we don't want to offend people, so we're they only talk about the soft things, they don't talk about
Yes.
the hard issues.
Right.
That's and I've shared that with y'all, but I say it to Brooke all the time. I'm like, who am I going to offend this week? Who am I going to run off this week?
Look, can I make a request Sunday? Can you incorporate fire and brimstone into your sermons somewhere?
Sure. I will.
Literal fire and brimstone.
Yes, I want to hear the phrase fire and brimstone.
I
come
did
out
that
of
a
your-
month ago, if you remember, because I was talking about what hell really is. The
Oh,
hell
that's
of
right,
hell.
you did.
I'm
Oh,
like,
never
it's
mind.
not the fire and brimstone we preach about; it's the absence of everything
totally.
God
Never mind,
is.
you already did it then.
Yeah, I've been
Which
through
is
that.
which is worse.
This week I'm
Yeah.
talking about Gnosticism
Ooh,
and
good.
synchronism.
Okay.
And very briefly, but my sermon this week is pretty much, I read a study that I think it was 39% of believers don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God.
Right.
And if we get that wrong,
39%.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
If you
like
get that wrong,
That's a
then
huge number.
yeah, let me look at my notes. Y'all go ahead and talk.
another thing that's very important that I like to specify. It's like because people are like he was the Son of God. He wasn't. God didn't impregnate somebody,
Right.
and give birth to Jesus. No, he is God. He was God incarnate.
Right.
he is.
And that's a lot of people hate hearing that he was, that when Jesus told the Pharisees, before Abraham was, I am.
That's
Yeah.
the coolest crap
I mean-
to me, man.
that was a mic drop.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, the study showed that 39,
Still, that's a lot.
35% of Christians don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God. He was just a good man. And then another study showed that 29%, that's my 9, 29% of teenagers didn't believe that God could actually be known.
No, so like
And for one thing, that doesn't make any sense. If,
Wait,
if
that
you're
God
saying
could
if
be
you're saying he's a
known?
good man, just look at what he taught.
And what
If
he
he was a
said.
liar, how would that make him a good man?
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, and that's in my sermon. I reference where he says, I am God, and
Yeah.
I
Well, not
remember
only that,
verses,
but you have was that in Isaiah or was it where it the prophecy of the Messiah?
By straight
Which
up.
one?
Yeah.
There's hundreds.
There's the one in particular that just is very very blatant. What they're naming the Messiah.
Oh yeah,
as.
Emmanuel, God
Yeah.
with us.
Yes.
This is
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah. Yeah.
Yeah,
52
exactly.
or 53,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
My
something like
phone's
that.
over there.
Yeah, something like that.
And his name should be called, Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. It's like those are God titles. You have to, only that are exclusive to God. So if they're calling the Messiah, if Jesus has those titles, he's one and the same.
Yeah, so in my message, I referenced John 10:30. Jesus said, "I and the Father are one."
Yes,
And,
and
then John 8:58, he called himself by God's name.
yes. Also, that that whole when I forget it's the Greek translation, but it's actually using the same word meaning unity, not just one. It's not using like the word one. They're actually using the word for unity as in oneness.
Right.
It's actually, interestingly enough, in the Hebrew text, in where the decree, hear, O Israel, the Lord God, the Lord is one.
Mm-hmm.
That it's using the same kind of word,
Right.
One. It's oneness.
Yeah, I'm touching on the word pleroma, which is describing the fullness of God, and that's the word that Paul uses in Colossians to describe who Jesus was. He was the fullness of God in mankind.
Right.
He wasn't a good man. He was God here.
Right.
I touched on that 3 weeks ago, but I'm going back to it and talking about it more this week.
It's a little bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
Do you think Jesus showed up before, other than the time that they were hanging out, like creating Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he showed up to interact with humans before he was born?
I totally think that was him in the burning
The furnace.
in the furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, and Abednego.
I firmly believe that was him.
Did it
Well,
say that was
there's
angels
lots. There's tons of like
Yeah, it just
Old
said there was
Testament
someone else in there with it.
Christology types.
Mhm.
The burning bush is one. Basically, any the angel of the Lord.
Right.
Anytime that's mentioned,
Yes,
a
the
lot.
angel
Yeah,
of the
I've
world,
heard
all
that-
caps.
I've heard that line
believe
of
that
thinking
is
too,
actually
yeah.
Christ,
Yeah,
Right,
there's a lot of
pre-incarnate.
those,
Yeah.
but then there's
pre-incarnate Christ.
ever since from the first page of the Bible you get references that are concepts that set you up, that when the idea of the Trinity shows up you already are kind of thinking that like when the Bible personifies like the attributes of God, the Spirit of God, the breath of God, the wisdom of God, the glory of God. Those are all like represented in the ancient Hebrew text, like individual entities. Like with like they're personified. And so you've already got that. Then you've got in Genesis, the Lord said, "Let us make man in our image."
Right.
There's tons of them.
So King Nebuchadnezzar described it this way in Daniel 3:25. He said, talking about they were not hurt or burned, and then the fourth had the appearance, and the appearance of the fourth is like a son of the gods. Is what is recorded.
What translation?
ESV. I went back to the one that's closest. Because there's a continuum that's like closest to the original language, and then over here is readability, and ESV is right over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's on this end of the spectrum.
I've heard it. It's split like your translation. Do you want it to be as close to the original text as possible, or do you want the concepts to be to make sense?
Right.
Because you could read like ancient, like original Hebrew translations and be like, this doesn't even make sense.
Right. I study CSB, ESV. I preach NLT, and NLT on that. If this is the continuum, NLT is like here.
I got you.
So,
yeah, it's like right in the center.
Yeah.
ABCs are easy as 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
I got you.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest little charts we got in seminary. Was that continuum?
Yeah.
And then the message is way over here. It's just ghetto Bible.
Well, then there's the new one, the Passion Translation.
Yeah.
It's
I'll tell you what, though, if you present the message as strictly paraphrased, which is what it is, the passage, the fruits of the Spirit before the fruit of the Spirit are the fruits of the flesh.
Yeah.
Buddy, go read it in the message. That's interesting. You'll be like, oh, wow, it's good. And it's a paraphrase, but it's like, oh, yeah, I get that. I understand that deeper now. Like, because when you know what it really says, and then you take this interpretation of it, you're like, it's more applicable to like what people are doing nowadays.
I got you.
I'll look it up. Y'all carry on, because I think it's really cool.
Silence.
So
Yeah.
I said y'all carry on.
You didn't give us any lead up with that.
I'm looking into my notes.
Really profound spiritual
Does
stuff.
anybody
You're like,
want
well,
some more
never
Scooby
mind.
snacks?
No, thank you, though.
I might get me some Scooby snacks.
That'd be good.
Got some?
Yeah, dude.
I like Scooby.
I'm trying to chew with Mike.
Scooby snacks.
We're trying to do that.
I forgot what it was I was laughing about. Big. today. I didn't realize it was
Anniversary.
of his funeral.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're honoring him.
Yeah, I forgot what I was laughing about though. But it was something he would say. One of his foul language tirades. You couldn't really understand what he was saying,
Laced with expletives.
but nobody knew it because you couldn't understand him.
Goodness. So here it is. This is a paraphrase. This is not a translation.
Okay.
Disclaimer put out there in advance, so whatever. But Galatians 5:19-21 says it's obvious what kind of life develops out of trying to get your own way all the time. Repetitive, loveless, cheap sex, a stinking accumulation of mental and emotional garbage, frenzied and joyless grabs for happiness, trinket gods, magic show religion, paranoid loneliness, cutthroat competition, all-consuming yet never satisfied wants, a brutal temper, an impotence to love or be loved, divided homes and divided lives, small-mindedness and lopsided pursuits, the vicious habit of depersonalizing everyone into a rival, uncontrolled and uncontrollable addictions, ugly parodies of community. I could go on.
That's a paraphrase.
Wow.
That's a paraphrase. I love that because it's like, when you know what the real translation says, you can go, wow, yeah, that's today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like using it sparingly like that. I don't use it in my sermons at all, except for, hey, and look at this also.
Yeah.
That's the message.
Yeah, the message.
I don't know that.
It's a paraphrase. Let me say that at
reference.
the end again. Not a biblical translation. Don't study the message.
Don't study the message.
Yeah.
Well, you guys want to wrap it up? I feel like
so.
I feel like we've run out of things to discuss.
At the moment.
I think we should just eat more Scooby snacks and continue this conversation off the air.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
10-4.
We're going to eat pizza and Scooby snacks.
All right, we'll get it out of here. Let me find the right outro. There it is.
Maybe it won't take us 9 months to do another one.
Maybe.
Only
Who's
6.
counting?
Yeah, we'll see.
The 13 Seconds to Silence album will be done before then.
Yeah, push off.
Hopefully.